session, we have a very important guest from all the way from Spain, and as always, I'm your host, Hazel Gathoni. Hello, Beatrice.
Hello, good afternoon, Hazel.
Good
Thank you
afternoon.
so much for the invitation. I'm not sure I'm so important people indeed, but yes,
Every
coming from Spain.
every guest is important to us, so we are so happy to have you. Again, thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us, and we hope to have an enlightening session about the project that you are taking so far, working so far. So please tell us more about yourself, Beatrice.
So my name is Beatrice. I'm the director of Asociación Mundus. Just keep it in Mundus, a Spanish organization which is an NGO, previously youth organization, but little by little we made our way in innovation and educative project, mostly under the program in Europe which is called Erasmus, and which is little by little is coming to Africa, to our young people, because it started like 10 years ago, and little by little Erasmus is more and more known by your young people here in Kenya, for example.
Okay, thank you so much. And we're so proud to be part of Mundus now, to be doing a project with a Mundus organization. We are proud to announce that we are partnering with them to do the Youth Climate Action Network, and Beatrice will tell us more about it so that we are all familiar with it.
Okay, so before talking about the project, maybe I can explain a little bit how we started our journey in the continent, in the African continent, and in particular here in Kenya. When because we were created like 15 years ago, more or less, in Barcelona. I guess that a lot of people know Barcelona because of the football team and things like that. Indeed, for young people, it's very well known. And at the very beginning, we were like youth organization working with young people in the area of Barcelona, giving a voice as with their activism in the society, talking about many things about inclusion, gender balance, climate change, empowerment in a society as a voice. But like 5 years after, we started to see the opportunity to build a big project, a pilot project, coming and working in Africa. We work indeed with 16 countries in Africa. The list is very long, and among these countries, Kenya was one of the countries we started. So we started just before COVID time. It was in 2020, and we were selected with a big project which was called SAM, Supporting Alliance for African Mobility. What was it about? It was about trying to boost and promote international mobility between vet staff, vet director, vet teachers, and learners. Vet is vocational education and training. This kind of, okay, learners, boys and girls, by electricity, welding, textile production, wooden production, etc., etc. So here in Kenya, we work with organization, and we send those people, those young people, to Europe to have an internship during 1 month or 2 months. Where? In a lot of countries. We work in 8 countries in Europe and 16 in Africa. Okay? So this started like in 2020. Then we stopped during the COVID, because we had to stop because nobody could travel indeed, and we restart in 2021. And I remember my first travel in Africa, as I'm not Spanish indeed, I'm French, but I've been living in Spain for 30 years, was in Kenya in 2021, January, exactly 4 years ago, and we started in Kenya because we were preparing our kickoff meeting. A kickoff meeting of more than 100 people, because we were around 36 organizations in that big project. Okay, so for me, Kenya and young people have been along with us for more than 6 years now, or 5 years and a half, and yeah. So this is the start of Mundus working in Africa. Since then, we are running around 12 projects right now in Africa, in the continent. Some of them, a few of them with Kenya included, and this one that we are going to talk about with this youth Climate Action Network, YCAN, which is the logo, no? So first I want to thank the Youth Cafe for organizing this kickoff meeting. We had the chance to work on Monday and on Tuesday around the organization beneficiaries. We are working from Europe, from Belgium, Spain, and Italy, and we are working here in Africa with Kenya, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Okay, so we started on Monday. The kickoff was here in the Youth Cafe offices and facilities, and then right now we started second day today of youth participatory actions. So we are right now starting with a project which is going to last 3 years, and we have a lot to do, a lot of activities. So yes, this is more or less advocating for the climate change, trying to raise awareness among youth workers and young people, for sure, but starting to give the capacity building and the skills to the youth worker so that they are able, at the end of the day, to reach their community and the young people. So, activities during 3 years, many of them, maybe to be clear and to be really simple, we have an action about capacity building for young people, for youth workers, sorry. So we are giving them training, online training at first. So it's going to be this year. This year we are going to build this training for the youth worker. And then we are starting to move people, which is one of the aspects of this project, which is innovative for this project because it's not easy to move people, and which is definitely the key action, because we think that it's better for the people to meet together in the face-to-face modality so that they exchange their experiences, their advocacy, their actions, their ideas. So we are going to move people during 1 year, which is going to be 2027, during the whole year and part of 2028. And with respect to young people, what we are doing is giving the chance for a few young people from Kenya, for example, to travel to Uganda and to Ethiopia for having their participatory visit, which is 1 week abroad, having a youth exchange, what we called in our Erasmus language and policies. So this is going to happen in Kenya. Thanks to the Youth Cafe organization, we are going to organize this call for young people, for youth workers and for young people to participate in our actions. During this youth exchange, we are going to try to empower the young people in their responsibility towards the society, respect to climate change and to actions and youth-led initiatives. And during the last year, which will be 2028, we are going to help the young people to build initiatives, local initiatives. So here in Kenya, it will be in Nairobi and maybe the county, so that they will have the opportunity to do things, to do actions in their community with respect to our environment, our taking care of the mother nature, no? A little bit.
Okay, so you spoke about people being involved with. Is this something that is this information will be conveyed through Mundus, or is it a correlation with Mundus and the Youth Cafe social media platforms? If our viewers want to reach us, how do they do so?
Always they have to reach you as the
Yes.
Youth Cafe,
Yes.
okay? Because we really trust on our organization, the partner of our consortium. That's why we have selected the Youth Cafe in this city, because we really trust on your impact and on your reach to the society. So they have to ask and to answer your call for proposal as an organization. For sure, at the end end of the process of the selection, which is not complicated, but it's not so easy because there are very few opportunity to travel, but not to take part of the project, which is minimum, but we do not have maximum. If we can have many, many young people included, that's so great, you know. But for mobilities, there are a number of mobilities closed, so we have a selection process. So at the end of the day, because we are so used to do these kind of things as Mundus in Europe, but also in Africa, we will work together with the Youth Cafe to determine at the end of the day who is going to be selected.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity, first of all. Final question though. That you spoke about other initiatives with Mundus. Maybe some of our viewers will be interested. How do they get into contact with you guys for other things that?
Okay, if they are an individual, always through organization on the ground in their country, because I cannot attend an individual. I can attend the implication and the will of an organization, because we are an organization. We are not. We are giving the opportunity for the organizations to be included in the programs. So always through the on the ground, in situ organization. If they want to know more, is the organization to ask, okay, Mundus, what can we do? Because okay, the youth can is one project, but we have other opportunities maybe. Of course, we can talk, we can see what the call for proposals at an international level we can use to embed the will and the wish list of these young people from your country.
Okay. Thank you so much, Beatrice. This has been very enlightening, and thank you for your time. To our viewers, you've heard the great many things that the Youth Cafe and Mundus is bringing to you in the next 3 years. Kindly reach out to us on our social medias and stay tuned as we bring to you more information regarding the Youth Climate Action Network. Thank you so much for your time. Until next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.